Hi, my name is Rachel Lubavitsky. I'm the CEO of Setuply.
My name is Kelly Blackledge. I'm the product manager at Setuply.
We help drive dollars in the door for financial solution providers. You see, many of you can't realize the value of your closed deals until your clients are onboarded. And onboarding is slow, painful, and costly. And everyone wants to have their clients onboarded fast and with a minimal amount of resources. That's why we created Setuply. Setuply is a client onboarding automation platform. We make onboarding scalable and predictable, expand your team resources, and help drive revenue in the door for companies like yours. For example, one of our clients was able to improve profitability in year 1 by simply reducing the time span of the project by 1 month. And another could eliminate 90% of unnecessary follow-ups by automating data collection and client communications, expanding the capacity of their team without actually expanding the team. And now, Kelly will show you Setuply in action.
Sure. So today what I'll show you is just a fraction of what Setuply can do, but I wanted to give you a global overview of what you could expect from somebody that's managing an onboarding team down to a client that's being onboarded. So in the system right now, you can think of yourself as an onboarding lead. You have goals, which is to bring in your onboarding projects quickly or even on time. Now, on your dashboard, it's important for you to have quick access to data that allows you to ensure you're achieving your goal as well as managing your team. So on the left-hand side, you have your open projects. These are those active onboardings. You can see in green, those projects are the ones that are running on track. They're scheduled to end on time. However, those in red are the ones that you should focus on because those are at risk, scheduled to end late. And the sizing of these projects correlates to the amount of revenue at stake for each, so you as an onboarding lead can determine your team's biggest priorities. Now, speaking of your team, down below is Setuply's reporting capabilities. You can see each of your team members' assignments, quickly identify where you may need to step in with their projects. You can also see here we have quite a few projects that have already been completed, over 2 weeks ahead of schedule, which is great news for your team. That information is also reflected in your completed projects data above, which gives you insight into some of your statistics. So over 50% of your implementations were completed ahead of schedule, meaning you were able to realize that revenue earlier for your organization, again, which means that you're achieving your goals.
Your entire organization wins when your onboarding team has this kind of insight into the revenue on the line and can drive priorities as well as a sense of urgency. Next, we're going to show you how Setuply makes onboarding scalable, predictable, and bottleneck-free.
Sure. So having access to powerful project management tools as well as repeatable processes, that can be a blessing to somebody in the role of an onboarding representative. So let's open up a project to dive further. We'll open up Shield Security Services here. When you open up a project, you'll be immediately greeted with the list of tasks associated with that onboarding. You can see your important dates, your progress. Right now, we're applying those solution configurations. The Gantt chart gives you some more visualization into the progress as well as task dependencies. You'll also have access to tools such as your resource plan, potential risks, data repository. All of this allows you to manage that onboarding effectively, but we're more than just a project management solution. Let's talk about the biggest bottleneck that occurs during an onboarding. That is the data gathering phase, where you're having to chase down your clients for their information. You have to determine the most secure method of getting their data. So not only can Setuply provide secure data staging and validation, we also offer our data form functionality, where you can choose from our library of forms, modify as needed. You can even create your own using our form builder that you see here. Forms are then sent over to the client to complete, and our smart workflows will make sure that they stay on top of your client's minds so that you don't have to. And when they're completed, as a representative, you'd be notified to then come into the system, review that completed form so that you can determine the next steps in the project. And we take this approach with more than just our data forms. Within Setuply, you'd have access to libraries of your templated projects, smart tasks, notifications, even workflows to help ensure that your processes are as automated and repeatable as possible.
You can create your next onboarding project with just one click and never have to chase your clients for data again. This experience is as simple and intuitive for clients as it is for onboarding reps.
All right, so I'll quickly show you as a client. Now, for an onboarding organization or somebody that has done onboarding in the past, have you ever heard from your client, are we there yet? How much longer until we're live with this product? Well, no longer with Setuply, when clients are accessing the client portal, they're immediately greeted with the progress of their onboarding. They can see if they're on track, if they're behind schedule, where they caught up, what are their personal responsibilities, how many tasks have they been assigned, what are due today, but more importantly, how many are overdue? Are they the ones that are affecting the progress of that onboarding? And further insight into the project activity, as well as additional projects, sub-projects, historical projects, ensures that your clients are engaged throughout this process. Now finally, as an organization, scope changes or scope creep can cost you guys time and money. So being sure that you can capture those, make sure that these don't fly under the radar, and giving clients the ability to enter those change requests, make sure that you can track them. So let's enter one as a client. We'll request the change here, select the project that it applies to. You as a solution provider determine what your change requests are and how they would affect your onboarding. So we'll just choose here, new business entity. We'll do a brief description of that change. I can't spell correctly, but we'll go on to the next step, which is fields that you have identified as being required to move forward with reviewing that request. So we'll enter that in here. And then we will put in our file. Click Next. We prompted to review that change request, submit it, and then you as a solution provider are then making that conscious decision of, does this mean I need to allocate additional resources or extend the onboarding timeline, or more importantly, charge additional fees to the clients?
And there you have it. Onboarding is slow and painful. Setuply gives you the right tools to prioritize your resources, standardize and optimize your teams, and improve profitability, helping, you got it, drive dollars in the door faster. We'd love to talk to you about your client onboarding experience. Please talk to us outside or at the nearest bar soon.
Yeah. Thanks, everyone.